Alrighty, guys, here is finally the update on paella that we have been waiting to get out for quite a while. So we're gonna just jump right into these last couple weeks. So this video right here is showing me kind of working on desensitizing her hind end a little bit on both sides. She's has a pretty big fear of like something coming up behind her, that kind of prey predator instinct that she has. So I just kind of keep walking around with her here, and I don't stop her. I don't tell her what's coming. I just come right back there and start scratching on her butt, and you'll see for quite a few times she swings her butt away and kind of tenses up, and I just let her and I just keep scratching until she relaxes. You can kind of tell in her body language, it's really not the pressure of my hand on her butt. It's really just me kind of being out of her eyesight and away from her. You'll see another clip where we use a flag, and it's not a concern to her at all because I'm right there up by her face, near her eyes. She can see everything that's going on. So for me, this was kind of an issue that was really important for me to work through with her, just letting her let that guard down and trust me to be back there and not feel like she needed to keep an eye on me, that she could trust me to be back there to do whatever it was that I needed to do and not be worried that something bad was going to happen to her. So as we progress through this, every time we go, I don't have any set expectations. I just keep doing the same thing over and over and over again. And what I'm really watching for is her head to lower, her body expression, or her facial expression to soften, like right there, her head's pretty low, she's walking pretty slow. That's really what's most important. I'm not terribly concerned about the actual action of her standing still as much as I am her body language finally releasing some of that tension and her making the choice that she is going to try. And in between each of these stops and scratches that we do, it's really important to me that I allow her feet to move. I do not want to encourage a freeze response into her. So every time she stands still and she kind of relaxes and makes that effort, I'm immediately going to let her move her feet, let her think, let her not feel, or encourage her to not feel claustrophobic or stuck in any way. So here we're doing fly spray. Fly spray was a little bit of an issue to begin with. You can kind of see in her body language there. She's a little unsure. She's a little stiff, but she gets a little bit better each time we do it. This is about the extent of her tension on it. So here is a really quick version of me saddling her. We've never had any issues there. Again, a little bit of body language tells me that she's a little bit concerned, but overall, she doesn't move a muscle. She seems pretty relaxed. I haven't found any areas on her body that she seems to be especially worried about. I do notice, you'll see here in a second, her hind end, she's a little funny about her feet, specifically her hind left. And it's odd because it's really about the way that I pick it up. If I just grab that hair under her fetlock and pull it up, she's fine with it. But if I run my hand down and kind of hold onto her leg, she doesn't like that pressure. So that's something we're still kind of troubleshooting on and figuring out how to make her comfortable having her feet picked up. Here, this is going to look like we're doing a flexion exercise, but it's actually just getting her to respond to pressure no matter where I am, whether she can see me or not. She feels pressure and she goes with it. Just like with the hind end, I need her to trust the pressure and not be worried about needing to see me in order to respond. Here we're getting out the flag, kind of like I talked about earlier, really going back to the ideas of horses having fight, flight, or freeze. This is very much a freeze bear. So when I'm working on desensitizing of any kind, rarely will you see me just having the horse stand there and have all these things go on around them, because ultimately that's not realistic, right? Like when scary things happen to them, their feet are moving. So I need these horses to be able to have these scary things happen to them while they're moving. So you'll see I ask her to walk and stop and walk and stop and turn and do all these different things with this object moving around her, because that's how it happens in real life. I don't want her to associate scary things with freezing and standing still and encouraging her to have that behavior. I want her to know that walking around, releasing that tension, is a fully acceptable behavior. And if something scares her, I want her to know that she can walk away from it. I have her in a controlled environment here where, the hope is that she does not run from things that are scary, but instead she just calmly walks away and knows that she can safely get away without having to exert a lot of energy and becoming dangerous. So here you're going to see the end result of that initial exercise that we were working on, where I just have her walk and then I come back. And if you notice, I'm on her off side for a reason. This is definitely her harder side. And her ears turn back a little bit. And then when she walks away, she does lower her head more. It lets me know that we still need a little bit of work. She's still looking back, but tremendous difference. So here I am just guiding her with a lunge line, sending her over things. And if you notice, we are doing all of this at a walk. This mare, when she doesn't know what to do, her answer is typically to do whatever she's currently doing, but faster. So we spend a lot of time just walking, having her figure out things while she's walking. And again, having me be further away on the lunge line to not need my assistance to be able to figure out these different obstacles, and instead encouraging some independence in her. So here I think is when we finally start doing a little bit of trotting. I think a lot of times horses associate lunge lines with just trotting and running. And really, I'm not a big lunge line person. I don't like teaching horses that before I get on you, you can run around and do whatever you want. So this is very much controlled. And here you can see she busted into the lope, and that's fine. I don't want to shut her down. I don't want her to think that she can't go forward. But as you can see, she is swapping leads, she's counter cantering, she's on the wrong lead, she's doing all these things. And so I just keep letting her kind of go around, figure out where her feet need to be. I keep sending her over these poles to give her something to think about, to just kind of give her a job to do. And here we're working on some ground tying. So it's really important that I give her a walk away cue. So kind of like with dog training, I have a cue for her to stand still, and then I have a cue for her to walk. Otherwise, she's never going to know the difference. So whenever I'm leading her, no matter what I'm doing, it's right there, just a little correction. I'm going to always click to her before I walk. I'm always going to give her a cue so that she knows when I have her stand still that she can trust me. She can stand there and she can wait, because I'm never going to expect her to read my mind. I'm always going to give her a cue. So, for example, right now, when I am facing her, that's when I expect her to stand still. And then you'll see me walk away here in a minute and kind of work on that cue a little bit. I'm always going to set myself up. I'm going to face away from her, and I'm going to use my voice 100% of the time. And I just kind of keep moving around here, especially on her offside. You can see her turn her head, and that's all good. So here I'm going to click to her. I change my body language completely. I stop. I turn away. Again, making it very clear to her, hey, something is different. Just in normal daily leading exercises, I don't ever pull around my horses and just expect them to know when to stop. I want her to trust that I am never going to ask something from her without giving her ample notice, without giving her a heads up that it's coming. She's not a terribly spooky or highly energetic horse, but she is definitely worried. She gets really worried about getting in trouble. She does not like to give the wrong answer. She has a lot of try. She has a lot of softness and sensitivity to her. So I'm just trying to show her a lot of respect for that and a lot of appreciation for her trying by making sure that I try just as much as she is. So this is kind of our last exercise here, and I'm really hoping I'm going to have a few more updates for you guys a lot more often, and hopefully getting into more of the stuff that we've worked on the last couple weeks since we shot all of these videos.